Good morning, Grand Rising. Wake up! I had a crazy ass dream last night. We're gonna talk about it because I was talking to Terry and I was like, well, I'm gonna record myself. But yes, we were in somebody's house. We had like moved into somebody's house, but they didn't take all of their stuff out. I'm just gonna put you guys at an angle. Yes, look at me. Oh, what is this? That's okay. And they had a bunch of clocks on the wall, like old clocks. Like I remember the one because it really made me think of like an actual clock. It was like wooden, but it looked kind of like a little house or something. You know how they have like those little like roof houses like on
Black Forest Cuckoo Clock, maybe?
Is that the one where there was two of them. There was one that was like long like this, up and down, and then there was one that was like sideways. And the one that was sideways was the more of the one that I was thinking of. And they had a really nice table. And it was like oblong. It was nice, and it had chairs to go with it. But it was like very nice, a nice table, like almost like an antique table. And on the wall, they had like...
That's a Black Forest Cuckoo Clock.
Ain't that some shit? Let's look at this real quick. Now I want to look at another one. It was longer than... And then the other one was like sideways. And it was like weird. I was at that school place. But I was at a lower level. I was at like a way lower level. And the elevator did not work. I've been in an elevator before, but this was different. This was like a way different place. There's this person that I know. His name is Dennis. Dennis B. I know. You are safe. I saw him there. No, like the base was long. Like it was just really long. The wood was long. Long wood. I know, super funny. But it was like I was down and there was a bunch of people walking and everything, and they were like walking straight and they were walking down into these stairs, into this hallway and or whatnot. But I went up the stairs. I went up the stairs because I need to go up the stairs. And I had to go up the stairs for like a kind of a minute. But there wasn't a whole bunch of people walking up there. Just a few. I wasn't the only one though. And then the stairs started to get tiny. Like all of the stairs were big, like wide stairs, but then the other stairs, when you went up the stairs, they got tiny. They were like tinier stairs. No. The top looks okay, but I'm telling you, the bottom is really long.
Okay. I'm probably not going to be able to find anything that just fits. So.
That's okay. And they had a hutch. It kind of did remind me of my stepmom's house. Because we did end up there, but like it kept changing. It literally just kept changing. And then we were in this other house. Okay, so it wasn't our house. And then we were in this other person's house. And then it was like my mom's house or my stepmom's house. Remember I kind of told you it was kind of like my little mini hell thing? So really pay attention to that. So I'm like, bro, really pay attention right now. When I was talking to Rodney yesterday and or whatnot, literally, I kept telling him, I was like, I'm trying to move on. I was like, but it's like there's little tiny me's stuck in my stepmom's house like this. Like just covered. Like I'm just sitting there. Like I'm literally, there was 3. I feel like they're being released for some fucking reason. Like, release me. Like, please. Like I was trapped. Like, trapped there. And I can't get that out of my brain. Like, I don't know. The place, it's like they're... Each room is different. And then I thought, I know, right? Okay, continue what you're thinking. Continue what you're saying. There was a lot of stuff going on. Like, there was a lot of stuff. Like, I was actually, like, straight the fuck up walking around. So I was like, well, this is different. When we moved into this other place, or if maybe we didn't move there, we were just there, and the rooms kept changing. It was like the rooms were changed, like there's like a leak somewhere. There's a leak. There's a leak. I don't know if there's a leak in the boat. There's a leak somewhere. It's not very big. It was, I don't know if they didn't. And that makes me think of CERN. Did they close it? Did they close it? I was laying down in the bed. I had woken up, and I kept feeling like there was stuff around me, and I kept thinking of random shit. And when I first started thinking of the random shit, I wasn't sure if I was asleep or awake or not, and or whatnot. I thought of that antimatter stuff. Like, this, is there a leak somewhere? Is there a leak somewhere? It was like, this is gonna be some shit. So there was a hutch, right? You know how, like, we have a hutch, but the hutch is different. And inside the hutch, there was some snow globes and really nice stuff, right? Like trinkets or something, like a place where they just held stuff. Holy fucking shirt balls. My brain is going off like a fucking miles per hour, and it's like I'm trying to slow it down. Kind of like in that movie Insidious, where, like, they have a bunch of stuff trapped in stuff. I don't know where the fuck I was. This is some crazy shit. I don't know how I get myself in trouble all the time, and I didn't even do nothing. Anyway. It was like I had wiped off the shelf to clean the shelf of the hutch and the snow globe or whatever, but it was wet. So I was like, maybe it was just, I just sprayed too much or something like that. So I, took it down, wiped it off, went to go put it back in, and it was wet again. So I was just like, well, why is it wet again? That's what I thought. Maybe breaking out of something, the snow globe effect, literally the world itself. So there's this thing that Pixar did where they were literally, like, symbolically, like, somewhat in a snow globe. Maybe it is that. I have no idea. Shut up. I'm gonna keep talking. Let your brain do what it wants to do. But right above it, it was like it was still leaking. Like, there was nothing above it, and I was like, well, maybe it's coming from the ceiling, and it was at the top of the hutch, right? And it just did a bunch of damage, and it went through the wood and started leaking, and I just found it, right? But it was not the top of the hutch and the wall did not have nothing. It came from the inside, which also makes me think there was maybe like a portal or something. Or wood. Where does the wood come from? This is super fucking lame shirt balls. Okay, so mountaintops and stuff like that, and where they have their things in, like, Antarctica and stuff like that, they're on mountaintops, or supposable mountaintops, because there's a lot of snow and or whatnot. But if you actually look at the mountaintops from different angles, and a lot of different ones, they actually look like the ancient trees. So there are these people right now trying to look for the tree of life, like the tree of life. You feel me? Do you understand what that means?
There's only one place that choose is, and that's in the Garden of Eden.
They're trying to find it.
No man is allowed in the Garden of Eden. Ever.
I think some are. I think some are. Not everyone, because when I was talking to Rodney too, I said, God's coming for the kids. I said, but not, remember, I was telling you that too. Hey, but not all of them are kids, like tiny people kids. Some of them are big kids. I think Rodney is one of them kids, because I told him that. I was just like, I don't know, bro. I don't know who the fuck he is and or whatnot, but I think he is a big kid, and he is older than me, and he is bigger than me. Like, he's a big kid, big person. But a kid, like you, it's like something that we give off. Alfred,
This is Glenn.
I'm gonna strangle his head. And then my brother was there, and we were in that room, and there was like a chair there, and the chair was pretty beat up. We were like selling a chair, and you said something so outlandish, like $700-800. And we both were like, bro. He's like, maybe you could get $300. I was like, I was thinking $200. So we were pretty spot on that. I don't care what you do behind closed doors. Everybody does their own thing. The world's kind of FDUCKED, whatever the hell you want to think. If you do something you're not supposed to do, only you have to pay for it. Because every time that I go back into that house, I keep seeing a little tiny one of me. This is so like, if it ain't some spiritual type shit or just I'm crazy. But it was like all of the dogs were standing with me. What are you supposed to do? If they have grief, right, and they know that someone had a shock collar on them and people hurt them their whole life, and you gave them ability to ask them a question, it was like some part of me, it was like literally like straight the fuck up. Someone was like talking, or I was talking to the dogs, but maybe somebody was talking through me. I don't fucking know. Maybe it was me. I don't actually know this whole thing. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? It was kind of like I had turned my face away. So if you go somewhere, right, and some real shit is gonna happen. Real shit, right? They were biting the people, but not all of them. They were attacking the people that did it to them.
I don't blame them. If I had a shock collar on, I'd probably bite back too.
That's what I thought. But it was somebody I knew. Ain't that some shit, man? I'm thinking I did not do nothing. It was like the dogs had waited. They sat there. They did not. It was like I had taken off their collars and they did not have no leashes, no nothing. I did not have to have no nothing. Not even a leash, no nothing. They just listened. And they wanted to do what they wanted to do. And it was like they were just waiting for a sign. So it's like I looked at them, and I looked forward, and I had closed my eyes and looked away. And it was kind of like the dogs had looked at each other like, we about to do this shit. That's their business then, huh? That's their business. I'm just here. Some fucked shit. Like for part 2. I'm fucking kid you not. There's a lot of shit that happened in my dream. Okay, well, here's part 2.